Yeah. Yeah. What it do with the business is the one I'm asking you, and I'm back. And this time we got Starlito explaining why Young Dolph's passing made him not want to be an artist anymore. If y'all don't know who Starlito is, and y'all really don't know nothing about underground, real underground shit that's hard as fuck. He's really a GOAT. Um, you gotta do your research on him. I ain't got time to explain it. Let's hear what the fuck Starlito got to say. Shout out to Dirty Glove Bass off the porch.
What's happening? Starlito. I just jumped out the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
You ever been right in the line of fire? How the fuck you gon' tell me where to draw the line and why? I keep it on.
So then the final verse about Young Dolph, was that something you had written recently? Was that something you had written a while ago? Or
Man, I wrote and recorded that verse. I didn't realize it until I was recording it. I wrote and recorded that verse on the 2-year anniversary of the day bro passed. And I don't know if it's some cosmic intervention, you know. I don't even fully believe in time like that. I think time is an illusion. But that's just how it happened. That's not when I recorded the song. I recorded the first 2 verses and the chorus with Robin the same night, maybe 3 weeks before that. And I just rode around listening to the first 2 verses for like 3 weeks. I knew where I want to go with the 3rd verse, but I couldn't get the words together. I was like, you know, we were talking about a minute ago, like I was stuck and torn between, do I want to peel back these layers? How much do I want to share? Because the first 2 verses, although I was talking about real situations and real people, I feel like I did it artistically, where it wasn't that I was talking about this person specifically or this one thing. I was just painting a picture. In order for me to talk about bro directly, admittedly, I was kind of stuck and torn. My biggest fear was it to come across like exploitive. Like, I don't know if you would have noticed this, but I never really posted or shared anything, you know, in real time or like him passing and otherwise.
yeah, I think there was just one mention on a Don Tripp song where you had mentioned
right.
his passing, and that was it. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, I did, because, you know, we were out tight. And even then, like, I wasn't making music. I wasn't putting out my own music, and, you know, Tripp's doing all this music, and I'm like, you know, I did put it in that verse, but I'm saying, like, you know, like, I don't do the posting things, sharing things on social media, because a lot of times, to me, it like reeks of attention seeking, you know. And I'm not saying that everybody that does that, that's what they're doing it for, but a lot of times it is that. You know, it make me feel like, man, something happened to me, people gonna find that picture they took with me 8 years ago just to act like we was best friends and pour it all out and hoping of getting the most engagement they got off a post before, kind of thing. Cause that's what I see some of it is, for sure. Or, you know, like, and I just didn't want to, for sure in real time, I just couldn't get caught up, because every time I would see it, even if it was true, even if it was truly genuine and whatever somebody was sharing, even seeing that was like taking me to even a lower place. So I'm like, I don't want to, sharing that ain't gonna make me feel no better. You know what I'm saying? And I probably got tens of pictures of us together, studio sessions, we shot videos together and, you know, gang of shows and otherwise, and I'm like, I probably looked at the pictures and, you know, reminiscing and otherwise, but I'm like, man, sharing this for social media's sake or whatever is like, it seems or feels too self-serving, and it for sure is not gonna make me feel better. And so I was torn when I was riding around listening to the first 2 verses. I was like, man, the last thing I want to do is come across as similar to the things or the way of the world that I like really don't.
Nigga, this Starlito, you too much in your head, bro. However you mourn is however you mourn. You were, see, I don't feel him, but I don't feel that mentality. You know what I'm saying? I don't per se like that mentality, because like, You too worried about what the world gonna think and what it's gonna come across. Nigga, however you want is however you want. You ain't got to guess whether you want to post or not, nigga. I don't when I'm doing what I'm doing, whatever I'm doing in life, I don't sit and think fucking how about the world or unless it's some shit that I don't want my kids to see or my mom, you know what I mean? With some like I don't know, hitting the bitch on OnlyFans. I don't know, like some shit like that. Then yeah, I can't do this because I might. But nigga, recipes Dolph, man. Dolph is the GOAT, bro. He's a real nigga. Y'all niggas was locked in like that. So fuck what everybody else think, my dog.
Like or appreciate. I don't want it to even appear exploitive, you know. And I don't know what, something just moved me like, you know, this how you feel and this what it is, and however somebody else take it, that's on them. Like, you know what's real,
Yeah.
you know what's in your heart, and the words kind of damn near wrote themselves, you know. And I sat at the house and I put it together like relatively fast. I just know I was on the way like out of the house, and I was like kind of freestyling on myself. And when I wrapped it up, I zipped the file up and sent it to my engineer. And when I got like to the bottom of the steps, about to like leave the house, something on my phone, I don't know if it was a blog or something that, you know, mentioned it was an anniversary, and I was like kind of just froze, like, man, what the hell? Like, how crazy is that? Like, you know, the date or the timestamp of that's actually, I recorded that separate from the rest of the song, but it was actually on that day, which it wasn't, truthfully, it wasn't nothing to feel good about, but it's just like, I don't really believe in coincidence either. So I was like, I don't know if that's why I was moved or felt compelled to finish the record or put that together, but unlike the first two verses, it was very like direct, you know what I'm saying? It was what it was. And even still, I mean, the context clues are there. Like, I put an ad-lib at the end of the song. It was an ad-lib lifted from one of the other records we had done over the years, probably Don't Do It or one of those I'm Moving to Houston records or something like that. You know, I just mentioned some memories, experiences, some song titles sprinkled in, like, that was my guy. Like, yeah. But I mean, knowing that I for sure knew it was a lot of people, even at a distance, that felt like I felt, you know what I'm saying? So I have seen the feedback of that being overwhelmingly like, man, like, you said it, you know, you said what I couldn't say, or you said how I felt, you know.
Yeah, you even mentioned the song, like his passing kind of made you feel like you didn't want to be a rapper anymore.
At all. Like, that was, I know exactly where I was. I know exactly where I was when all three of the artists from the song whose lyrics that I borrowed from, I know exactly where I was when I got the news. Like, you know, but I know in that moment, it was a different level of gravity. Like, I knew I met Bankroll Fresh. We talked on the phone a few times. We met him, you know what I'm saying, in passing, in person a couple times. I didn't really know Nipsey Hussle at all. Like, I felt like we had some commonality. It was, you know, I definitely like rocked with his push and liked him as an artist and all that. But like with Dolph, like, we've been in the car together, you know what I'm saying? We spend like extended time around each other, like, not to mention how long ago we started like working. You know, this music thing is what put us in the same space, and going back to like 2011. So it was very much like watching somebody come up and, you know what I'm saying, how things ended up happening like 10 years later. It's like, man, in the moment I was like, what's the upside to all this? And I mean, I've been in spaces where I felt like I endangered myself by casting myself out there as a public figure. Or I had issues that, you know what I'm saying, came with all this. And the ever-present aura of danger, just, you know, some of it's environmental, or some of it's cultural, just on a, you know, hip-hop level, street, etc. But just, yeah, I for sure was like, man, what? I ain't into this. I'm just not into this at all anymore. Like,
Feel that.
and I think a lot of my inspiration went with it. So, like,
Yeah, I feel him on that. I definitely feel him, man. Shout out Starlito. Some real shit though, man. No cap. RP Dolph, man. It's still surreal. I remember exactly. He started making me think, where was I at? I was in the house. I think I was making a YouTube video. Well, I was in between making YouTube videos, and shit. I just looked at my phone. That shit made me leave the house. I wasn't even on planning on leaving. Nigga, I left when I heard that shit. I just had to get out. And I remember going to the gas station, and I seen a friend from high school. She used to work there, and I was like, man, you know, Young Dolph got killed. She was like, what? The rapper? I'm like, yeah, it just happened like fucking 10 minutes ago. Like it just happened. Like it's not even breaking news everywhere yet. I remember that shit, bro. I think I went to go get like some liquor or something and some blunts. It was midday. It was like 4 or 5 or some shit like that. It was a nice day too. It wasn't even. It was like either fall. Was it fall? Yeah, it was fall. November. Yup, because it wasn't too freezing. Yeah, I remember that shit, bro. Yeah, that shit was crazy, man. R.I.P. Dolph, man. Y'all let me know what you think, man. Like, comment, subscribe, no Facebook.